Hey guys, this is Mike Bradley with LightheartLabs.com, and I'm just having a lot of fun making videos today, so we're going to show you some more stuff. A lot of you might be familiar with the term vibe coding. What vibe coding really means is you can just talk to something in natural English and AI is going to generate it for you, kind of like your little developer buddy, just working away, building applications, building websites, writing little code snippets for like end-to-end workflows, etc. Today I'm going to show you Replit. Replit is an app vibe coding platform. You can go to this website any time of day and you can kind of just talk to it and it'll build whatever you want with natural English. So this is replit.com. We're at the front page and I could just type anything right here. So let's think of something fun. A lot of people talk about wanting to automate controls drawings or bid documents or trying to make things that make it easier to make inspection reports. Let's work on that. So I'm going to have it work on building an app that makes inspection reports for us for HVAC. So a lot of companies right now, they're using Forms or some other third-party platform for generating forms for what they do. Really, really cool. This is an easy use case for something like this. You could build your own form software right here on Replit and start using it to generate quotes, inspection reports, really just about anything that you want. So what we'll see here first is the assistant is responding and seeing what we want to build, and it actually creates like a cool scope of work. So it shows us the features that it's looking to build. Hey, I'll give you a mobile optimized inspection form with key HVAC checklist items, quick add preset inspection points, generate professional PDF reports with inspection findings and photos. That looks awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, yeah, build the entire app. So what you're going to see here when we get to like this main screen, there's a preview section. The preview section is what you'll actually see when the app starts building itself, what the front end will look like, what people interact with. And over here on the left-hand side, you're just going to see what the agent's doing. You're going to see their activity. You'll start seeing things like files getting created over here. They'll start communicating with you, asking you questions about what you want to build. But it's super intuitive, it's super easy. And while that's cooking away, I'm going to show you a fun thing with Replit that I made when I first started learning it. So clicking over to this interface, we can see everything just the same. You can see the feedback and the chat on the left-hand side. You can see the preview on the right. This is Field Buddy. I started building this because our field technicians always wanted quotes really, really fast. They wanted to be able to quote things quickly, get prices to our customers, or they at least wanted to be able to generate a price and know what something was going to cost. So I thought it would be a really cool application to build something that we could host on the web where they could make field estimates super, super easy. Right here, they can enter quote writer and customer information, details, scope of what they're doing. They can take little photos. Here, they can add as many different material items as they want, and it all gets totaled and worked out at the bottom. You can go into back-end options, and you can do things like change base rate costs. What does a BAS technician cost per hour versus a plumber? What margins are you going to lock in? Are you going to make overtime optional? You can toggle all kinds of different labor types, which is pretty cool. So here's a high tonnage mechanic, high tonnage apprentice, BAS installer, sheet metal helper. Depending on what you need, you might want those options or you just might not care about them. Do we enable or disable photo uploads? Custom disclaimers is cool. Someone can actually just put in what the terms and conditions of the quote are, when it might expire. They can overwrite the default text. And visual customization. All pretty cool stuff. Anybody can sit here and kick off a quote really, really fast. And then they can generate and send it to a customer. This is, of course, not filled out, but they could have their photos in there. They could have everything looking really nice with the scope of work and the pricing. Customers could sign it right there. They could even sign right in the application when the customer or the technician generates it. When I was bored the other day, I also added a service report functionality. So if your traditional software was down for whatever reason or experiencing problems, a tech could spin off a service report right here, spin off or quote there, and do it all without relying on the existing infrastructure of the HVAC business in my case. But it's not really to show off the product, even though I do think Field Buddy was a pretty cool idea. The puppy, as a fact check in the upper left-hand corner, is Benny, my border collie. So I thought it'd be fun, like with him with the little wrench in his mouth, to be running around helping you all day. But really what this is advertising is just, I made all of this and I can go into like the console. I can look at like all the code and stuff that's associated with this. All of this can be downloaded, self-hosted. The code all belongs to me. I can host it on any kind of website that I want. I can set it up any kind of way that I want. But I didn't actually have to know how to code to generate any of this. This is a full service, like field technician, CRM application, quoting application, report writing application. They can switch over from full quote to just price check and the UI gets simplified. But this was all done inside of Replit, just talking back and forth to an assistant. Now I'd like to tweak this. I'd like it to do that. Little changes at a time, that just dialed it into this really crazy, awesome application that I could use anywhere I go. Shops could use it as a secondary system for something that they don't have, like field quotes or inspection reports. If we check back on our original guy, it's cooking away and it's requesting a module. Click outside, press escape. It already sees it. It's still working on it in the lower left-hand corner. Oh, and then now it's starting to pull up some version of inspection forms early on that it's working on. But as you can see, this is all super, super straightforward. You shouldn't be intimidated by any of this. When you hear the term vibe coding, this is what you should imagine in your head. Picture talking to something in a terminal on the left-hand side, a little agent working away and building stuff for you. As you become more and more aware of this stuff, you start to develop what I call AI BS vision. And you're gonna hear people all the time just talking about, I created this innovative new product and it's AI powered and here's this amazing new thing that you should be paying me a lot of money for. These are all people that are essentially just discovered these tools and they're just running around building things the same way you could build them and they're just trying to sell them to you. So all I would ask, and my hope for anybody watching this, is that you realize you don't have to count on any of these people. You don't have to count on me. You don't have to count on them. I mean, I'd love it if you wanted my help on something, but the point is, you shouldn't need it for this kind of stuff. You shouldn't need to get started building an application for yourself. You shouldn't need it trying to make a website, trying to do basic things like hosting AI yourself. The big theme of artificial intelligence and all this democratized technology is empowerment. So I hope, if nothing else, just showing you something like this and what's possible. What you could just spin up yourself just talking to a platform makes you feel a little bit more empowered because it's a great time to be alive. And with that, that's me, that's Vibe Coding, that's Replit. If you need any help with this whatsoever, just give me a shout and have an incredible day. Take care.